Hey guys, welcome back. We're gonna talk about the new but not so new device that can tell you whether or not your packs have the hits in them. And yes, you do have to look out for the grimers that are gonna abuse this, but I'm here to tell you that it's not as much of a concern as it might first appear. So, what we have here is a wire pipe powered detector, a little metal detector, essentially, where you can find out if there's a pipe in your wall, if there's a wire in your wall, if there's power flowing through your wall. And what we're going to do here, what we're going to take a look at here is Max W's video on YouTube. I'll put a link to that down in the description if you want to see the process that he went through, but we're going to summarize it here pretty quickly. Now, $13 device, everyone's freaking out. Everyone's like, oh my God, this is CT scanning, but it's $13 and you can do it infinite times. I'm here to tell you it's not like that. It's more like weighing, more like something of that extent, where this is not like a repeatable thing. Someone cannot go out and do this to 100 packs and sell the 100 packs because it becomes very obvious. We're going to do the math. I'm going to show you how to do the math to find out whether or not you got scammed in the back alley with Jimmy John. Did he have the $13 device that magically told him where all the hits were? Or did. Yep. I mean, I've gone over this 1,000 times. Whenever someone new or when someone new comes to me, I want you guys to do the same thing. Someone new comes to you and they're like, hey, should I buy these back alley packs? I mean, if they're back alley packs, there's always a chance that they've been stolen from a store or that they've been searched. Now, whether that's weighing, that's an issue. We have resealing. And then a lot of the new people can't tell whether if you can't tell if a pack has been resealed, you should not be buying from anywhere other than the most reputable of reputable places. And if they're not reputable, you best be at least finding out where they came from and maybe opening some of them to test to make sure that they haven't been searched out. Now, beyond that, even more important than that, even more dangerous than this is somebody that's going to open a booster box. And this is why you don't buy loose packs from anyone other than someone that you trust. You don't go on Whatnot and trust the fucking scammy whammies. My apologies to all the 6 good people on there that are not scamming anyone, that are not running gambling games of some sort. But why? Why trust them? There are so many places. And we're talking modern packs here. Because vintage packs, they're already weighable. This is already a known device that can detect whether or not you have a hollow in those older packs, because there's either hollow or not hollow. With the newer stuff we're going to take a look at here, with the Sword and Shield stuff specifically, there's either going to be a reverse hollow and a hollow, or better, or a reverse hollow and a non-hollow. So that's what we're getting into today. That's the new information that we're taking a look at. It might be all new information for anyone that's new to the hobby, but here we have it. We're going to go through the details. And again, I'm going to show you the very simple math that you need to do in order to find out if you got scammed by somebody selling you packs. And it only takes like 10 packs before you can tell. So this is not scalable. This is not a good scam in any way. But here we have it. So he has the packs laid out. In this case, we're looking at Lost Origin, Sword and Shield. A lot of it is very similar to this. You have basically either you have your reverse hollow that's always going to be there, and that's going to set off a detector. So you're going to have to adjust it. You have, and I don't know if this becomes a thing that you got to bring this with you, and then the good guys have to scan to make sure that you're not buying packs from someone sketchy that's going to have them already done out, but then you got to rely on the next person. It's one of those things where it kind of just ruins loose packs. It ruins packs from somebody that's not reputable. It's unfortunate. It's the same thing with CT. It's in different areas. Same thing with CT. Same with weighable stuff. It becomes very hard to trust loose packs to the point that at one point in time it was taboo. It was like frowned upon to weigh packs. It was like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you weighing packs? And then it became so prevalent, and so many hands got on to the packs themselves that you pretty much have to, at this point in time, with vintage packs, you have to disclose whether it's a heavy pack, whether it's a light pack, and that's it. That's the end game. The randomization of heavy or light, hit or not hit, is basically ruined. And it might become the same thing here with the $13 device that tells you whether or not your Sword and Shield pack has a hollow or better in it. Now, it doesn't really narrow it down. People were like, oh my God, it's CT scanning for $13. No, not really. Because Are you getting a holo? Are you getting just a V or a V star, or are you getting something that's more valuable? So again, even if it does narrow down, it does make a lot of junk packs. And we saw with the non-holo junk packs, in terms of like the vintage stuff, usually people grade those or they keep them for pack collections or whatever it might be. So we might see, man, that's a lot of packs that are just dead packs. It's a lot of packs that are dead packs. All right, let's take a little look here. So basically the difference, what we're looking at here, always reverse holo, and 2/3 of the time we have a non-holo rare. 1/3 of the time we have a holo or better. If you want to go even deeper than that, which we can't, the detector does not tell you anything of the sort, you're going to have basically a 1 in 6 packs for most sets. This doesn't apply to everything, but in Sword and Shield, for the most part, 1 in 6 is going to be a V or better. So you're going to have your V star, your full art, your all of that stuff, rainbow, or your alt art for the later sets. It's rough. It was rough. It was a rough time. It was up until like Crown Zenith or whatever, or Trainer Gallery at least. Trainer Gallery definitely made the pack opening experience a lot easier. But I think Trainer Gallery was in the reverse slot too. So I guess this isn't a great way to tell if you have Trainer Gallery hits or not, if that's the case. All right, let's give a little looky poo here. He's gonna weigh them out into 2 different piles. Again, like if you want to see the whole process here, feel free. Links below. Go check it out. What he's doing is he's going to set the sensitivity so it detects whether or not there's 2 foils within the pack. Again, even easier for the older product, the older WotC stuff.
Did not. And it's hard to know.
I just want to hear the ping.
It's hard to know, like,
there we go.
Did you calibrate it?
So it's not hard to know if you calibrated it right, because your pile on the right-hand side here is going to be holo or better. It is going to ping. This is not going to ping. If your piles don't look like that, if they aren't roughly working out that way, then that's what you're dealing with here. This is sad. Man, it's so sad to see that there's so many gimmicks that even in this day and age, Pokemon hasn't made a way to make sure that it's like tamper-proof. Or, I mean, with the CT stuff, like once something's valuable enough to warrant scanning it with that and finding out what the contents are, then like it's pretty much botched at that point. But for something that's so easy to tell, I don't know whether or not the Scarlet and Violet triple holo. So Scarlet and Violet is not going to apply to this, because you're always going to have 2 reverses. Sometimes they're swapped out for something else. You have your hit part where everything, you get a holo in every pack. So it's always a holo. You're always going to have 3 holo cards in your Scarlet and Violet sets. Now, whether or not specialty sets end up different, anything like that, anytime there's like a difference in weight, anytime there's a difference in the amount of foils that are in a pack, the texture stuff is like CT scanning, but hasn't really reached that. Like years from now, it might become an issue with the CT scanning stuff. So always, please, for the love of God, I feel like a broken record. Buy your Pokemon product from somewhere reputable, not the back alley. No back alley transactions. There's no reason for it. The people that hate the scalpers and whatever that are buying the stuff at Walmart and reselling it, don't buy from them. Don't buy secondary market stuff. And if you do, make sure it's from someone that's so reputable that they would never search, they would never do anything of that sort. If they're on any sort of higher level, anything other than a back alley little junkster, little G-baller junkster, they're not doing this shit. So, buy it from Pokemon Center, buy it from any of the things on the link tree, the stores on the link tree, or if you have a favorite game store that you know, that you trust, they're not doing this. They're not searching packs. All right, especially not modern stuff. Like Lost Origin is still very available. You can still buy the ETBs and whatever from big box, and that's the thing. We're in a market where big box is an option. Usually it isn't. Usually you're better off going to your smaller game stores. Maybe you go to like a PSA Pika, or you go to somewhere like that, pick up your stuff, get it when it's new. If you're keeping it sealed, keep your receipt. Keep your receipt from when you bought it. I got it from the Pokemon Center. Have your Pokemon Center receipt. Even if you got to look it up, even if it's a digital receipt, if you have that and you can show you're the only owner of that, no one else touched it, and you're assuring somebody that it's not resealed or it's good or whatever, there's only you to blame. You see the collectible crypto guru, Pokemon guru, collectibles guru, when he's like, oh yeah, it came from a safe and this guy had it in the safe all this time and he got it, whatever, when it was, you make up bullshit stories like that. Should we trust it? Probably not. All right, so we'll go through this here real quick, and then I'm going to show you the math on how to do it. And we're going to see if you got scammed, if you bought a bunch of packs, if you hit nothing but non-hollows, did you get scammed on 10 packs, 20 packs? And I mean, after 20 packs, if you got nothing but non-hollows, you can pretty much guarantees, but we'll see to what degree we can guarantees that we got scammed. We got Troll and Toad, Securus, Card Shop, Card Trader, Card Market, a collector app for tracking your collection and pricing stuff out. Pretty sick. And then also make sure you're using the Buy-E. If you're a first-time Buy-E, make sure you watch my Buy-E video. Make sure you know what you're doing. If you still don't know what you're doing with Buy-E and you're not buying your own cards from Japan, you do need to be careful with Japan as well. I should have included in this video, but we have more scammy boxes, more repack boxes going on in Japan. All right, so Rattle, I bought 10 packs of Lost Origin from Jimmy John in the back alley, and I don't know if I got scammed. I didn't get anything. I didn't get any hits. What's going on here? And what I'm going to tell you is we're going to take 2/3, which is the odds. This is the, oh, no, we just put 2 over 2. Okay, we're not doing math very well here. I've been out of school for too long. All right, here we go. We got 2 divided by 3. We're going to put in the old brackets here. So essentially, the odds of getting a non-hollow from a pack of Lost Origin is 0.66. That's the probability. We can multiply that by 100, which is going to give us our 66.6 or 66.7% chance of getting a non-hollow, which is, it's pretty high. So if you get one pack, yeah, they can probably scam you. They have the ability to scam you one pack at a time. Is it worth doing that? Probably not. Is somebody going to catch on and they're going to find out? They're going to buy more packs. They're going to refuse to sell more packs, or multiple people are going to buy packs, and then they're going to report back to Rattle Pokemon, and they're going to say, Rattle, this guy sold us 100 packs and they're non-hollows, all of them, and then they're finished. Done. It's over. It's game over. Or they're going to blame it on, oh, I got it from the other Jimmy John. I'm Jimmy John, but I got it from Jimmy John too in the back alley. We just handed it off in the back alley. Buy your packs from somewhere reputable, please, especially the modern stuff. There's no reason for it. Vintage stuff, be careful. Make sure there's some kind of guarantee that it's hollow or not hollow, whether it's weighed and guaranteed that way, or use the pipe detector and pipe it out. Get piped. Probably a better way for them to be doing it, because oftentimes you get people that'll have like some weights that are questionable. Pipe detector is probably a good way to determine that. The packs are already pretty much have to be disclosed what the weight is, so why not bring it a step further and say, here, it's hollow or not hollow. You got to be careful with that a little bit too, because depending on, again, if it's a vintage box and they got the big hit out of it, if there's one big hit per box, and they got the big hit, are you just getting duds at that point? If it's something like a Skyridge, did they already pull the crystals? And then after they got the crystals, did they sell the rest of it? Maybe you get a reverse crystal if you're lucky. A little leftover action for you. All right. Before we get into, let's do our 2/3. So 66.6% chance of getting a non-hollow. If we take 2 divided by 3, we put in the old brackets here. We're going to put it to the exponent. The exponent is going to be how many packs you're opening. So basically, it's going to be this 66% multiplied by itself as many times as you have packs. Wild, right? So we're going to put it to the exponent 10, which is like 2/3 times 2/3 times 2/3, 10 times. And that's going to tell us what the odds are of pulling non-hollows in every single one of those 10 packs. And you can see here we got a 0.01, which is wild. If we want a percentage, we multiply it by 100, and whoop-de-doo, it's a 1.7% chance that Jimmy John sold you 10 Lost Origin packs, and every single one of them had a non-hollow in it because he was piping it. He was piping you. He was piping the packs. And you got to tell him to pipe down, because you're buying from somewhere else. You're buying from someone reputable. They would not pipe you in the back alley. Unless that's what you're into. If you like getting piped, then by all means, do the piping. There's probably cheaper ways to get piped though. All right, we have let's do 20 packs and then we'll move on to more information. We got 2 divided by 3, and then we'll hit it with the old exponent to the exponent 20. And you see here we get a 3 to the -4. All right, let's see here. Now we'll multiply by 100 to give us a real number, a percentage rather than a probability. And we can see here we got a 0.03% chance, so basically a non-existent chance. If you bought 20 packs from Jimmy John, they were all non-hollow. He was piping. He piped you. There is, I would say, with quite certainty that you got piped in that scenario. All right, let's go on. Bailey, at some point in time, I think before the Blake stuff, had mentioned to me that people were using the old device, the old piper. I don't know if it was his exact one, but again, there's probably multiple examples. Whether or not they have adjustable, the ability to adjust them to do like the Sword and Shield packs. Again, if it's $13, the barrier to entry to this thing is basically non-existent. So thank you for him to sharing that information with me. It was kind of known at that point in time, at least for the vintage stuff. And we're gonna go ahead and say thank you to Max W for showing us that you can use it to see whether or not there's 2 hollows in a pack, 2 foil cards in a pack. All right, so if we go on to the old E4 here, we can see that there is pack weighing. And again, this is similar. This is very similar to pack weighing. It's unfortunate that with something like Sword and Shield that shouldn't be able to be weighed, which isn't reliably weighed, at least to that extent for the most part. I think some of the specialty sets, you ended up having like a weird situation or all the same code cards where, yes, it was heavier because it had an extra foil, or it was heavier because it had an extra foil with texture on it. Unfortunately, the more they change the cards, the more they're identifiable, the more they're searchable, the more they're mappable. But again, there's more than one way to skin a cat here, to pipe your buns, and this is just another way that that's happening, and it's just another reason to only buy from reputable sources. Preferably just buy it when it's new is the best way to go, is the safest way to go. If you're buying it from a big box store, and if you're opening it, as long as you're protected as a buyer, if you're opening it anyway, you're probably going to be all right. If it's been repacked, if it's whatever else. Now, if it's searched like this, it's hard to say. You can't go and buy 3 packs. You can't buy 3 packs of Lost Origin and be like, what the fuck? I got it's 2 and 3. We're not doing the math on that. You guys can do the math on that on your own. But you can't buy 3 packs and be like, oh, I didn't get anything. These are rigged. That kind of thing. There's going to be a lot of that going on, which is unfortunate. And I don't want to see it, but it seems like when you're buying Sketchdog packs, they're going to have to be disclosed as, when it's loose packs at least, that somebody can detect. All right, so we have basically the weight database here, and this is just all the vintage sets of what was heavy, what was light. And again, there is overlap, so it's probably best that everyone just, instead of trying to weigh them out, detects them to find out whether or not there's a hollow in those older packs. Because if you buy something that's heavy, and it's not heavy, but the weight is heavy, or even if the climate changes, even if the moisture level changes and it's stored somewhere that's more or less moist, you can have something that is heavier or lighter. Also, the reliability when it's from loose packs. I don't know if this would apply. This might even apply to like blister packs, which is sketchy. Buy from reputable places, guys. This is the solution to all of this. There are con men and con women out there that are going to con you no matter what. Maybe it's just a more effective way of finding out whether there's a hollow or not in the older packs. I don't know why people aren't using it. I thought it was pretty common knowledge that people were doing this, that it was able to be done. But maybe it was more of a secret than I realized. So let me know what you think down below. Let me know. I want to know down below, where are you buying packs that you know? Are you buying them from somewhere safe? Or are you trying to save a buck with Jimmy John in the back alley? Because again, you see it all the time. There's videos on the channel here. You have people going to Walmart trying to weigh the packs out, whether they're successful or not, whether they They find it effective or not is a different story. Pokemon, I don't know what you need to do to these packs to make them less searchable. But again, if it's modern, if you get it from somewhere good, you don't have to worry about this. I don't want to like instill like fear, like, oh my God, everyone's fucked. It's CT scanning for $13. Like I'm seeing way too much of that. Everyone needs to chill. It's going to be all right. And we have to roll with the punches. We have to roll with the what is available, what can be done. We just need to be a step ahead of the scammers. And again, this is there's no one scamming on a high level with this. You sell 100 packs with no hollows in it to someone, or way less than a third, you're getting grilled. You are getting destroyed. Be careful. Love you guys. Join the Discord. Hopefully we get a market returning to normal, but if not, hopefully you can pick up some product in the chaos that is the Prismatic Evolutions, and I'm sure it'll be the same thing with the next couple sets that are hype dogged as well. Stay calm, stay patient, and if you still want to do some Pokemon stuff, if you're burning out on the whole I can't get the new product, there's lots of deals in the older stuff. Bid on some auctions. Find some deals on eBay, whatever it is, on the stuff that people are not focusing on at the moment. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining the Discord. Be careful out there. Jimmy John in the back alley will pipe every single one of you if you let him.